Alright guys, Matt Lemke here with Through Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and today we have another review for you on an RPG. This one's Tales from the Loop from Free League Publishing and Entertainment, and it's Our Friends, the Machines, and Other Ministries. Yes, mysteries. Alright, I will be right back. Alright, so, Free Leagues, Tales from the Loop, Our Friends, the Machines, and Other Ministries. Mysteries. Oh my gosh. So inside you open it up and you have a map. I will kind of say the known world. It's not the known world. And then you have the same map, I think. No, it's not the same map. You have another map of islands. Wait, what's on the back? Ooh, and then you have desert over here. Nevada! Hey, I knew that. I'm not sure. This must be... I don't know what language it's in, but it looks like it's... I have to look it up in the Tales from Loop rulebook. So, this is not a standalone role-playing game. This is a supplement for the Tales from the Loop game. I'll start there. If you have not seen or know anything about Tales from the Loop game, check out the review I already did on Tales from the Loop, and that should bring you up to speed, and then come back and watch this. Or save this and watch it another time. Anyway, so, Tales from the Loop is a very unique kind of role-playing game. You use your own special dice, etc., stuff like that. It's from Modiphius. It's kind of like Mutant Chronicle Zero or Mutant Year Zero is what I meant to say. So the introduction is very short. They don't even number the pages. And then you've got 0, 2, and 3. These chapters are basically a bunch of... well, each one of these is basically a module. This is the first time they've done this for this Tales from the Loop game. And then in Chapter 5, you have basically hook, line, and sinker types of things. They're almost adventures, but not quite. They give you enough information for you to really expand them on your own. And then in Chapter 6, you have like blueprints of like things by design and whatnot. And then in 7, it's their misspelled hometown hack. That is one of the things about this book. I don't know if it was rushed into production or if there was stuff lost in language translation, but there are some typos that are pretty obvious. So, turn to the page. Basically, the introduction is pages up 4 and 5, and it goes over what I just told you. So the first one is Our Friends and the Machines, and basically what this is an adventure where the teens end up, without giving you too many spoilers, they stumble across a toy maker who's made toys that, shall we say, come to life. And here's as much spoiling as I want to do from chapter to chapter on the modules, and that's introducing the mystery, toy shop, the different path of how they go, you know, and they can even go back and forth here. So this is the tree, as I like to call it in role-playing railroading, because even though there's a lot of flexibility here, the goal for the GM is to railroad it to the showdown. And then you can see where it takes place. Here's the apple farm and yard and all the fun stuff, and then here is a different street map. Lots of tools to make your adventures work. And then Chapter 2 is the horror movie Mayhem. This one was kind of neat because, well, I liked horror movies as a kid, and I grew up on the classics. So it's not going to be, I mean, Tales from the Loop takes place in the 80s, so if you're familiar with the pop culture stuff of G.I. Joe, Transformers, Speed Racer, well, Speed Racer was probably already reruns in the 80s. Some of the Voltron stuff, this is right up your alley. Even, I'll dare say, Star Blazers. But that's the stuff that this is reminiscent of. In this story, basically, you are... how do I not want to break this down and hurt the story for you? Well, here you go. There's a transformer for you. What do I want to tell you that doesn't destroy this story? Because it is sensitive. So basically, I'll just go to. Oh, this is still Our Friends in the Machine. This is the different locations. My bad. Even though it said chapter 2, I was thinking chapter 2 is chapter 3 because the introduction was a chapter. So we're actually still in the section on Our Friends the Machines, which are basically toys that, think of the Disney movie Toy Soldiers. And then we have horror movie Mayhem. And here, I'll read the introduction to this. That shouldn't give you too much away. I remember how we stood there in school and swapped tapes. Mickey had a big brother who used to rent horror movies and make copies. One week it was The Thing, the next Nightmare on Elm Street. His friends used to swap tapes in the schoolyard and make their own copies. They then sat transfixed in front of their TVs and watched when their parents were away. Everyone had nightmares, but they would never tell me anything about it. And that kind of puts things in motion. So the truth of the mystery takes place in summer of '88, 2 weeks prior to summer break. In a couple of days, the Stenhamra Cultural Festival in Boulder City will be hosted by the PTA. Live music screenings, as well as activations, exhibits, blah, blah, blah. So here is, this mystery is a little bit more complicated. So you have the introduction, then you have Janet Larson, the video store. You go to either one back and forth. You can even jump over from the PTA HQ, the factory, Ellen the Showdown, or you can just come down here and shortcut it as much as you want. I love the diagrams that they put into these because I'm a very visual person, and I actually draw diagrams for everything that I GM. And then the next one out is, after Horror Mayhem, is the Mummy in the Mist. This one I didn't read, I just skimmed, so I can't tell you a lot about it, but basically a mummy or something keeps being seen on the beach, and then you investigate it as a teenager. And then where a lot of the stuff really starts to happen is we're going to move into, mixtape of mysteries. Mixtape, so basically think of the 80s, think of a mixer, right? You made a mixer. This is just a whole bunch of little, ideas. So, Sweet Dreams. Sweet Dreams are made of this. I thought it was made of these. Maybe that got lost in translation. I'll have to look that up. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of this. Eurythmics. Great song, if you don't know what it's about. They took the lines and they created a basic hook, line, and sinker for it, which is like a little side adventure. And then, so a wave of irritation, discontent, negligence spreads across the islands. And then that's what that one map was for, the islands. The truth is that robots and DAV-4s have managed to escape from experimental lab where they are manufactured. And you have to go deal with it. They list some of the hooks. Some of the characters are affected by dream antenna and wake up with memories of white noise. Parents of the kids are getting more angry, aggressive, and neglectful. Several teachers fall asleep in the middle of the day. One thing about, for those of you that haven't played Tales from the Loop yet, it's a puzzle. It's more of a puzzle solving game than an adventure running game. There's not a lot of combat in the game, and when there is combat in the game, I would say that bad things usually happen. So blueprints. In the blueprints, you've got some neat little things and these are little like hook, line, and sinkers that you can use to supplement your games and make them better. Like, so here you have your power offer MK79, and then over here there's suggested mysteries for it. And mysteries are basically your adventure hooks slash how to get people involved into the adventures. And we're going to move into hometown hack. So why hack your hometown? And they actually encourage you to use your hometown. So for me, I could do one of two things. I grew up in Hinckley, Ohio. So I could use Hinckley, Ohio as my hometown hack. Well, the reason for that is, well, it's fun. Players can relate to it more frequently. And you get to relive your past from your point of view and share it with other role players and make them equally frustrated with your teenage years. How's that sound? Choose your town, obviously, is the first thing you do. Define the area. Prepare the map or steal the map from Google. Borrow. Place the loop. So you've got a town and a map. Next step is place the actual loop in suitable location. Remember, the loop is a huge underground accelerator and needs lots of space. If you study the loop of the Malaran Islands and Boulder City, you will see it consists of these elements, and it lists the elements. Prepare the place and agency. This is basically the antagonist, for lack of a better way to say it. In some ways, I guess you could say they're protagonists as well, because you can use acronyms, all kinds of different things. So here's a good example. For who controls the Broads loop, we wanted to combine two things from the UK in the 80s. Government ministries, as well as a reference to one of the most well-known TV shows of the time. So we decided that as far as the public is aware, the loop is a governmental center looking into agricultural research issues. This public facing side of the loop falls under the remit of MAF, Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Food. MAF. And then, well, you fall under the map on the back side, and then you have a summary of placing your schools, create your short story, and wrap up your adventure. Boom. Tales from the Loop. Our friends, the machines, and other mysteries. Man, cannot get ministries out of my head today. So, who is Tales from the Loop, Our Friends, Machines, and Other Mysteries for? Largely it's for the GM. There's tons of tools in here. I don't remember how much the book costs. I don't remember what I paid for this book. So I can't tell you that off the top of my head. It is available on DrivethruRPG. You can check it out on the link below. Yeah, it is available. Please, if you do check it out, anytime, just visit through Gamer Goggles, hit the DrivethruRPG on the side. It has my affiliate link. You'll be helping us pay for things like our web server. Well, I don't have a server, but our service, our web agreements and things like that, our internet and things like that to keep us giving you reviews. Anyway, guys, it's Tales from the Loop is a lot of fun. I've played it twice now. I haven't used this book other than reading it. I am not the GM, so I don't know if my GM will use this now because I know a lot about it. But anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day. Like, subscribe, share. Please post comments below. You have questions about Tales from the Loop, post them there. I will do my best to get you an answer as fast as possible. Hi guys, meet the Nibbles, who's gonna go down. She just decided not to go down my back, so we'll do this for her so she's comfy. Thanks for watching my video, and I appreciate it. Please hit the like button and share it if you know somebody who might be interested. And of course, there's always Twitter and the Facebook thingy, and soon I have a newsletter coming. That'll be down there or in the link below, and my kitty cat loves that idea. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, subscribe. Be a part of my community, our community. Let's make it grow together. See you guys at a con somewhere, or a local store, or if I'm driving through the country, maybe a game club. I don't know, you're not going to go knock down my camera. Bye, guys.